Since joining the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady has never beaten the New Orleans Saints in the regular season. He did get a win when it counted most in the postseason, but Brady is 0-4 in the regular season, including a 38-3 primetime splattering in Tampa Bay in 2020. Here's Tom Brady from Thursday on why the Buccaneers struggle against the Saints.
I mean, that's probably the thing that jumps out the most. Turnovers. They're a very physical team. I think they beat us up physically. Just a tough, hard-nosed team. They're well coached. They got a lot of good players. They've kind of had a winning organization for a long time, so they know how to get the job done. They got a lot of great core players on both sides of the ball that have been there a long time. So it's a tough environment to play, but you got to go play. You play good teams on the road. You got to go play well. And last couple times we played them, haven't done a great job of that. I think it's just understanding why we're losing those games, and there's reasons why. In each game, you look at, you can look at them and look at why we won and why we lost the one time we beat them. And we just had to. It's got to be good football. On offense, defense, special teams, they're too good of a team to think that you can win one phase and win the game. So it's a challenge because they're well coached. They're in good position to do well. They have a lot of good players, a lot of guys who have been together, playing together for a long time. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They make you earn everything. Every third down is important. Every kicking situation is important. Every third down in the low red area is important. Turnovers are important. So it's a lot of things that lead to winning and losing, and obviously we haven't done a good job of that in the regular season. And we're going to have to play it a lot better if we expect to win.
Bottom line, the Saints are a very good team. There were reports that Brady was considering signing with the Saints in 2020 if Drew Brees hadn't returned, and there were reports that the Saints were pondering the possibility of riding with Brady even if Brees wanted to come back that year. So Brady, a ton of respect for the Saints, and it's proven out in 4 regular season games, Peter. They understand why they're losing. Now they just have to go out and get the victory. They go to New Orleans to do it. The fact that the team is physical, as Brady said, that sets up a warning flag for me because Brady talked earlier this week about getting banged up against the Cowboys, and it's not like he took a really big hit, but he's 45 now. I just wonder how physical the Saints are going to be with him. I think they will be. I don't think it's going to go back to Greg Williams' bounty days, but I think they are going to be physical with him because we saw him get banged around, and he's conscious of it. He's aware of it. He looks thinner, noticeably thinner. Chris was saying, he's in his pants. There's no butt there. There's nothing there. Look how thin he looks. I think that he better get rid of the football even faster because I think these guys are going to be coming after him with clean legal hits. I'm not saying cheap shots, but I mean, look how skinny he is. And you're playing NFL football. You better get rid of the football.
Hey, one of the things that's happened in these games when they've played them, it goes back almost to, years 4, 5, 6 of the Sean Payton team. Remember the playoff game where they all brought out Louisville Sluggers? I think they were going to play the Cardinals. And this is a team that they take great pride in. They want you to wake up Monday after, you've played the Saints, and they want you to be really sore. And they have a very physical defensive front. They've got a new linebacker / star, I think, in Pete Werner, who is another very quick but very physical player as well. Led him in tackles last week. And so to me, I think this is a great test for an interior defensive line or interior offensive line in Tampa that is going to be vital to whatever success they have this year. When they traded out or changed out all 3 members of that offensive line, that Tom Brady was very comfortable with, this is the kind of game that, quite honestly, those 3 guys have to come to play and play very well. Particularly, I think, Robert Hainsey in the middle of the line in only his 2nd game as an NFL center. So we'll see if they're up to the test.
Meanwhile, it may be the Jalen Darden and Scotty Miller show in the Tampa Bay passing game. 5 Buccaneers receivers on the injury report. Mike Evans with a calf injury went from limited on Wednesday to not practicing at all on Thursday. Julio Jones has practiced neither day with a knee injury. Russell Gage limited
shocked.
yesterday.
Julio Jones hadn't practiced? I am shocked that there's gambling going on in this establishment.
Russell Gage back in practice on a limited basis with a hamstring. Rashad Perriman, Chris Godwin didn't practice 2 straight days with a hamstring. I think of all those guys, I don't expect to see Godwin. He's coming off the ACL, and he has the hamstring injury now. I'm concerned about Evans, Jones. I'm good luck beating the Saints if you don't have 2 or 3 of your best 5 receivers, Peter.
I mean, you may not have 4 of your best 5 receivers. Look, when I was in camp earlier this year, I was in camp actually on Tom Brady's birthday, which was a Veterans Day off, so he was nowhere to be found. But I remember saying when I was watching practice, holy cow, this Scotty Miller beats everybody. And I kept hearing that, they're not sure they're going to keep Scotty Miller. And I remember thinking to myself, why would you not keep this guy? And again, he's been hurt some, but to me, Tom Brady, and I know this, he loves Scotty Miller. And if I had the ability, if I played fantasy football, I would put Scotty Miller on my active roster on Sunday, because I think, especially with all these injuries, he's going to be in position to be one of the only healthy guys out there. They're going to need him. I like Scotty Miller in this game for Tampa Bay.
And anyone out there listening, they are making their rush to the phones now to acquire Scotty Miller on waivers. That is a good call, though. We still don't know what the injury status is, but it may make sense to have a roster spot for Scotty Miller in the event we get to Sunday just before 1 p.m., around 11:30 a.m. Eastern. We get the inactives. We'll see who's on there, and it may be a big day for Scotty Miller.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.